My name is Juan Sebastian Camacho-Puerto. I'm a graduate student at the Department of Earth and Environmental Science. My research focuses on the study of extreme precipitation events and runoff generation in urban streams. These events can potentially be pollution drivers to urban streams, where different water sources are mixed during peak flows and base recessions. In order to identify these water sources, we used water-stable isotopes. The first step in this methodology is to collect water samples from precipitation and surface water. So we collected samples from Rush Creek watershed between the years 2022 and 2023, and also we collected precipitation water from UTA. Then we run some water stable isotope analysis, basically laser spectrometry, and finally we made the Bayesian mixing models. A little bit more about our study site, Rush Creek Urban Watershed. So it covers an area of around 126 square kilometers. It runs from the north to the south across the city of Arlington and is mainly composed by residential use, which is around 50%. The other 50% is basically composed by industry, transportation, parking lots, other type of activities. Now, to understand the isotopic composition, we first need to know the source or the moisture source or air mass that produced this precipitation. So we developed some air mass back trajectories or high split model to see where was the air mass that produced this isotopic composition. So we can see here during the winter that most of the trajectories or contributions came from Pacific, Gulf of Mexico, central part of the US, and higher latitudes in the north. During the spring season, there are contributions from the Pacific, Gulf of Mexico, and central part of the US, but not from higher latitudes. During the summers, the main contribution is from the Gulf of Mexico, and during the fall, the contributions were from the Gulf of Mexico, Pacific coast, and central part of the US. Now, with this information, we plotted our local meteoric water line from the city of Arlington, and we can see that the most depleted values were during the winter time, and the most enriched values were during summer and fall, which means that higher temperatures had more enriched isotopic compositions. Additionally, we classified our rainfall by season, and we can see that snow precipitation during winter had the most depleted values of all the rainfall types. Now, for the Bayesian mixing models, we created a hydrograph of discharge from the Trinity River as a reference, and we plotted with the isotopic composition of the Rush Creek. And we can see that the depleted values were recorded during these extreme events of precipitation. If we can see this first event that was recorded during June, the contribution of new water was about 60% to the stream. For this second event, which was a particularly strong event, we can see that was around 75% of the contribution of new water, and it was recorded during the month of August. Finally, the third event was recorded in October, and the contribution was around 52%. As conclusion, we can see that the contribution from new water fluctuated between 80 and 90%, and also that there's an evidence that there must be another water source into the system different from new water from precipitation. This new source might be related to human activities such as water storage, irrigation water, tap water, or sewer leakage. Thank you for your time.